APEP. Hey, what's up? This is APEP. I'm back again. Today we're going to talk about 11 Monsters of Tiamat. I'm going to go into another one. I know it's been 8 months. I've been doing a lot of work and going within. So I'm just going to read this to you so y'all will get the understanding of this. Then I'm going to break down the symbolism on this. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, the source information, you get this from a book called Mask 'em Whole by Michael W. Ford. You can get Mask 'em Whole, yeah. And the other one's called the Sabita. So, the usumgallu. The usumgallu is a horned serpent, like the basumu, having 4 lion's paws, and the talons of a eagle. Nerta also use the usumgallu as a weapon. As well, music and water are associated with the usumgallu. By the heart made for the temple of Nigursa by Gadia. The name Usumgallu or Ka Lama and the irrigation Cardinal Doug also in his name. The music and smoothing watery dragon serpent is utilized best for meditation and the calming of the primal instinct that we must cultivate and guide. Invoke the usumgallu in silent meditation with the sound or immersion in water with heart music playing in the background. Focus on your desire and dreams and health of your mind and body. Enter the darkness of the cold waters, allowing the chills to smoothen and relax your mind. Allow sleep to come in a comfortable wave against the curtains of night, going into the deep waters of the womb of Tiamat. Okay? So basically that's what it's dealing with. You know, you can meditate under dealing with water, and water is dealing with the subconscious. You know what I'm saying? Also, they said it had the feet of it's had paws like a lion, and it had feet like a eagle. You know what I'm saying? Talons of eagle. So what's the symbolism based off of a lion? What does the lion symbolize? Basically, the lion symbolizes strength, mightiness, nocturnal instinct. Because if you can see in the dark, it represents wisdom because the dark is the unknown. You know what I'm saying? So you know things that other people don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or look forward to know. Don't look forward to know. It's also the mother of the gods that could be associated with Tiamat because she's a titan. And the Titans are just the same mythology as the Greek mythology. Like the Titans, the fall of Lucifer, and all the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's basically you get the same old concept of how we fell into the physical. The earth used to be semi-physical if you go into the pre-dynastic cultures. Also, it also symbolizes how a culture conquers another culture and demonizes the god. That's why if you go into Kemet, Set was the bad guy, but Set was older. Just like in the Bible, they demonize Satan, but Satan really comes from Ahriman. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from Persia. That's Persian mythology. You know what I'm saying? So you see how it keeps going on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the original one is always depicted as the bad guy. Just like APEP is before Raw. You know what I'm saying? The time of the Great Mother, the dragon. You can see fragments of that culture in China, the Grand Canyon, and other areas of the earth where they have serpents. You know what I'm saying? You know, in the out here in America, that will be the Uktana, that will be the horned serpent and stuff like that. But let me get back on this, okay? The 24 lines of Dionysus also is the backbone, and Sekhmet is associated with the backbone. You know what I'm saying? 24 is associated with the backbone, you know, which is very interesting. And The lions symbolize watchfulness. That's probably why you see people put two lions at the side of a gate. I remember I had a grandma from Jamaica. She put a lion on two sides of her house, that's pretty interesting. It's something in a lot of our, not saying she did it on purpose, but a lot of us do things in our subconscious because our ancestors did things over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? That's why our ancestors used to do rituals. So like when people don't know about, probably don't remember the culture, or if they do remember the culture, even if they don't remember the culture, they still do things, some fragments of that culture that's still embedded within them. That's why I'd be like, don't worry about the people that don't know. If they don't want to know, they don't want to know. If they do want to know, then I would say teach them. You know what I'm saying? And always be open-minded. Never think you know everything. The lion is also a symbol of protection. You know what I'm saying? They did that with Sekhmet. It was the guardian of tunnels of the sun that passes at night. It also is a symbol of vengeance, sovereignty, courage, and is associated with Negrel, who's associated with war, the heat of the sun, to the infrared, basically, the infrared frequency, which is going back to Sekhmet again, because the infrared frequency is tapping into the root chakra, and that's going back to the backbone. And it also represents destructive power, achievement, spiritual wisdom, and triumphant over death. Now, the ego aspect of the animal, the ego symbolizes all the sky gods. So you got sky gods like, or goddesses, or netters. You know what I'm saying? Really, all the cultures didn't call them gods. Gods is really a German word. Really, I don't recommend that. But Newt, that's associated with the sky. Nyx is associated with the sky. Uranus is associated with the sky. Even the God in the Bible is associated with the sky. Damn, I can't think of the top of my head because I never really worked with too many sky energies, which is very interesting. You know, it's also a symbol of authority, that's very interesting. That's probably why they use the American eagle, the bald eagle. So the eagle is also a symbol of authority, spiritual power, victory, courage, strength, pride, spiritual instinct, sensual power, like the central plane, the sensual power, the unity of the spiritual and the physical plane, and is dealing with intellect, and it was a solar storm bird in ancient Greece. So that's pretty interesting. So that's what you got on usumgallu, and I can see why it is in between the physical and the spiritual, because water is a doorway in between the spiritual and the physical. So that's very interesting. So I recommend the usumgallu. A lot of y'all don't even know y'all already tapped into that energy. Y'all have binaural beats and y'all meditate the water sounds, but I recommend natural stuff, really. I recommend a river, unless there's alligators and shit in there. I don't recommend that shit, you know what I'm saying? But I recommend a river and stuff like that where you hear running water. Even at the Chinese restaurant, get one of those fountains, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe you could just visualize it all in your mind if you're advanced enough. So that's all I'm going to say on that. And like I said, yeah, it's good for tapping into your subconscious and dreams. Also, the other thing about the usumgallu, when they talk about musical water, look up something by Dr. Yamamoto, where they froze the crystal. They said positive things over the water, and they played music over the water, and they say negative things over the water, and they played some fucked up music over the water, and they froze it. The stuff that had a positive effect on the water formed geometric shapes, and then things that had a fucked up a messed up effect on the water, it looked like it was boiling. So just go and look that up, you know what I'm saying? And knowledge, wisdom, strength, and power amongst you, you know what I'm saying? You know, Debat Yule.